First of all, let me tell you something. Lamont is just full of
Sometimes my mama said, you know, when you don't have nothing nice to say, you should be quiet.
People say that Stephen A. is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one? Okay, go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo. So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy. And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
But take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Three Black Guys with a Mic. Yes, welcome to another episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic. The blacks are here, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm here.
Spud is here. Lamont is here. Maynard is here. We are back for an episode live. A bunch of mess. Wherever you are, please let us know so we can shout you out, whatever from, so that way we know if we need to clown you or not. We would love for you to be a part of the conversation. There's a link in the chat. All you have to do is click that link if you want to be a part of the show and make your comment live. Fine, but you better look fine, because if not, we're gonna hang up on you. I don't hang up on you. Maynard does, but
Whoa. Allegedly.
So what's really good, man? What's happening? What is happening? What is happening? What is the dealio? There's so many things
Can I start with one thing? And I don't want to start it like, terrible, but I do need to say something.
Are you pregnant?
No. Thank God. It was touch and go for a minute, but
I mean, you set it up like you pregnant, big fella.
Nah, actually, I do want to say, this past weekend, one of my very close friends, in fact, two of my very close friends, Russell and Chris Cuffey, their mother passed away. It was sudden. It was very sudden. Shocking. Just was talking to her on Wednesday of last week, and she passed on Saturday. And she's the fourth out of 5 children of her parents who's passed away. So there's one left, but her parents have outlived all their children, which is different. And she also has outlived her husband. And I want to say, I spent time with the family this weekend, and it's a little somber, but I really just want to say and urge people to just, make sure that you always checking on your folks. Check on your people's people. That family needs to be, lifted up. Some people say lifted up in prayer, and for me particularly, I just, I try to remain a supporter. In addition to that, I don't know, I might be tripping because I'm a man, but it feels uniquely sad that the widow is a man and not the woman. Like it doesn't feel right that their father, who's advanced in age in his upper 70s, is faced to. Mr. Cuffey just looked so sad and so lost without his better half, and that's unfortunate.
So man, let me ask you a question. How long were they married?
Man, more than 50 years.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that they say about, when two people are married, for that length of time, it's, why not they say, but it is. It's tough. You know what I mean? When, pretty much probably more than half of his life, he was with that young lady, I forgot her name that fast. Forgive me.
It's okay. But, I didn't say it. You didn't forget. It's Miss Catherine. Okay. Miss Catherine Lawson Cuffey.
Yeah, Miss Catherine. Very
sweet person.
Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, condolences to him. And I want to say, Spud, help me, the correct term is widower, since wouldn't he be considered widower?
Yeah. Which is, I think that's right.
And Maynard, in your time of, I want to make sure I'm sensitive to this. You're just still being very chauvinistic, but that's just who you are, and it's okay. I mean, some people might call you a pig, but I wouldn't do that. I'm just gonna call you chauvinistic, and it's fine. I have learned over the years of us doing this and me knowing you, you're just going to be Maynard. So that was some really sexist shit that you just said. But again, you know, peace to that, you know, to that entire family, because again, and we talked about this before, or we've talked about this, is that, you know, a lot of us, we're in the second and third quarter, you know what I mean? And, you know, and some of us are down by 7, you know what I mean? By not going to the doctor, and not some who don't want to take the vaccination shot now. You know, we can talk about Delta variants a little later. I don't know, but I mean, there's a lot that's up. We're up against the wall, you know, eating habits. You know, Spud just threw me under the bus, as he should, asking about the Peloton that has not been fired up in probably 2 weeks. Spud, you're right. You know what I mean? As Maynard's having this conversation, because that thing is collected.
Listen, I'm on a plane tomorrow, and I can't wait to have the Delta biscuit. That's what I'm looking forward to, the Delta cookie. I'm trying to think about how can I get 2 or 3 more of them boys. I'm like, hey, give me like, I'm trying to nudge my neighbor to like, yo, let me get that Delta cookie, man, even though I shouldn't have it.
Yeah. So, you know, again, man, I think you bring up some very valid points without saying that you're bringing them up. You know what I mean? But you do. You got to check on your people, man. And again, I know, looking at some of the party flyers on the internet, is that, you know, some people think COVID is officially over. But, you know, I know a lot of people still out here ain't washing their hands. They not doing some of the basic things that I think they need to do just to be a good, clean human being, bro. And there still are some people who are getting sick. Still. Right. And the fatality rate may be very low, but some of them ICUs are still out here rocking. You know what I'm saying? So,
speaking of flyers, I saw the Free Bill party in Atlanta. What's up, Trishawn? Jersey up in this piece. What's up, Myron, Bergen County? If you are with us, man, let us know where you at, where you from. Welcome to 3 Black Guys with the Mic. Bill Cosby got the Free Bill flyer already popping in Atlanta.
Free Bill Cosby after
Is it
party.
too soon to have the Free Bill party?
But isn't his birthday today?
It don't matter. Why we out there like we about to shimmy up because Bill is out?
Yeah, Bill needs an HBD out here, bro. Like Bill hit 8-8, right? No, 8. What is he? 8? Is he 8-8 Maynard? 8-5?
84.
Let's just back it. Can we just back it all the way up?
84 today.
All right, he's 84.
Hey, man.
So Bill ain't blind.
I don't. Allegedly.
That's a Philly shenanigan, right?
You can see now. So Bill can see all of a sudden.
Leave Bill Cosby alone.
No. Oh no. What's up, B? We gotta go in on Bill Cosby.
Whoa.
It's his birthday. What do you mean?
More the reason why we gotta go in on Bill Cosby.
Okay, I'm gonna listen.
You listen. And I don't give a damn because he's from Philly and you're a Philly boy. Listen, the man can't go into jail, talk about he's blind, and come back out, talk about he ain't blind, and now I'm going on tour. The man's going on tour, Maynard.
Hey, man.
Did you get your tickets already for the Bill Cosby tour?
I haven't. I'm a bootlegger.
Okay, are you going to be sitting front row, listen to Bill Cosby tell jokes?
Would I go front row to see him tell jokes? You can't. I couldn't afford it.
Would you even go? Would you buy a ticket right now to go and see Bill Cosby at a show?
Yeah, I would.
Really? So you believe that he was innocent?
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, here we go.
These things don't have nothing to do with each other.
Open up the windows.
These things don't have nothing to do with each other.
What do you mean they don't have anything to do with each other? So you mean so you'll buy yourself a ticket to see R. Kelly?
I've never been as big a fan of R. Kelly.
But you would go and buy a ticket to see R. Kelly?
No.
You would go and see a ticket to see Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Allegedly and all.
Allegedly and all. Look, let me say this. There are people who I have not seen, right? ever. And there are some people who I've seen, and there are people who I wouldn't see if I had to pay. Right? So if Lamont would just put me back to work and I could have a job where I could get some free tickets to an R. Kelly show, if they were free, would I go? I'm not the biggest R. Kelly fan. His music ain't for me as much.
So, man, all of the stuff that you have talked on this podcast, you are okay with supporting people that have a criminal background, allegedly.
Yeah, you know what? Yes. The answer to that in general is yes. I think people who have served time come out. Bill Cosby served time. Are we supposed to throw him away forever? People have made mistakes in this world. R. Kelly did. What I think he's done is horrible.
So you're okay with Donald Trump running again in 2024?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
because Donald Trump hasn't served.
But he's made mistakes. We should forgive. And Donald was on fire on Saturday.
Donald ain't served no time. Donald ain't paid his penance.
Not yet.
Not yet. So again, but I want to make sure we're clear. So we're keeping Bill, pill popping, Quaalude dropping, Bill Cosby.
Is you rolling?
But we throwing Donald in the trash, right? Man,
well, let's back up, because I went back and read the testimony on the case that Bill Cosby where he was found guilty and went to prison. The one.
Wait, and man, but you also should say that technically he should not have been charged.
Right, he should not have been charged based on the circumstances.
So basically, Spud, he really should not have a criminal record.
This is
because that prosecutor technically was wrong. So a lot of people kept saying certain things, but they never talk about how he was supposed to have never been charged. If you were never been charged, you would never have a criminal record. But go ahead, man.
But as I read it, so the incident that is discussed in this trial is that Bill Cosby, the woman came over and said, I'm sure I'll have a glass of wine. He gave her a glass of wine. And then he said, take these. She didn't say I had a headache. She didn't say my stomach hurts. She didn't say anything. But
Mr. Pudding Pop said,
hold on. Bill Cosby gave her 3 pills. This is her testimony. He gave her 3 pills. She said, what are these for? He said, they'll take the edge off. She said, I took them.
I took the edge off.
She said she took the pills. Now, here's the problem I have with that. You didn't say you had a headache. You didn't say you had anxiety or that there was an edge to be gotten off. But you took the pills.
Maynard. No.
That's what
but it's still not okay for Bill Cosby to say, here's some candy, young lady. Oh, Mr. Cosby, I'll take the candy. You can't say, oh, she took the candy. It's okay.
The pills.
Well, technically, Spud, wait. Technically, Spud, if she was an adult, because I was going to say,
no.
Wait. You can say same argument for Robert, but Robert, when you're dealing with minors, is a different conversation. But
that's not the same. If I'm peeing on you, that's you gotta get into some sort of position. You just don't get to whip out, and then if you just say like, look, here goes some, take these, and you just say, oh, take these. It's the equivalent of, DMX in his testimony. Oh, somebody gave him, crack at a young age. He didn't know. Like, you can't she can't be at fault because Bill Cosby knew in his mind he allegedly was giving her ecstasy or some sort of drug to put her away, and then she wakes up with the clothes off.
let's back up though. Let's just think about this. This is a woman who had a degree. This is a woman who was a physical trainer at Temple University, meaning that her job was to work with the athletes, football team.
And Maynard, this is the one that looked like a man, right?
I'm not getting into that part.
No, with the big hair, the man.
You trying to start something right there?
No, it's like a man. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
She was a physical trainer. So she, I would imagine, and I'm guessing, while she was not a doctor and didn't have the right to prescribe pills, that she was aware that something called muscle relaxers exist or whatever. I don't know what the pills were. I didn't read in the testimony what the actual pill was. And she wasn't 23 or 18. She's an adult. She's 30 some years of age.
Yeah, but if we all in the club drinking, Maynard, and I say, here, we all take a shot. You like, fuck it, take a shot. And I give you Rumble Mints. All right, that was a bad example. If I give you Rumble Mints and you don't drink Rumble Mints and you pass out, laid out, and you wake up with your pants unzipped and all down to your knees, and you wake up with a white
what kind of man are you?
And what club is this, my guy? Is this a new club?
I'm just saying, you would be like, Spud, why you give me the Rumble Mint? What'd you give me? Oh, I gave you Rumble Mints. I don't drink Rumble Mint.
Well, hold on. Here's a difference.
I didn't know that. You took the Rumble Mint.
Here's the difference, though. A drink is one thing.
A substance is a substance.
No, wait a minute. If we were at the club, now I'm not a weed smoker. I don't take cocaine. I don't. If at 10:30, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night, you said, yo, eat this gummy, I'll be like, nah, because first of all, there ain't no reason why I'm supposed to have a gummy bear at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
You could be hungry.
Right.
A gummy bear is not a meal.
In my glove compartment, grab a gummy, you'll be good.
A gummy is not a meal.
So Maynard, you trying to tell me you never did a little bump or something at the club on Friday night just to get the edge off?
No.
Took a bump?
No,
You never took a bump?
Never took a bump to get the edge off.
Okay.
Not a bump.
Never took a bump. Never took a bump.
No, definitely not no bump.
Well, all I'm saying though, and Spud and Maynard, I hate that I'm gonna say this part, but at that time, that was probably the equivalent to what, just somebody passing the weed around. You know what I mean? We know how weed is so carefree now, and that doesn't make it right. But I also think that there are two parties that should be blamed in that scenario. And what's so unfortunate is that they throw it all on Bill. But that lady that I know looked like a man with the big afro or hair, whatever it is at the top, and wide face like a linebacker. It's like, it seemed like there's no responsibility put on her behalf of, like you saying, Maynard, of asking questions like, yo, why did you never call the police? Why did you even take what were you doing there? Like, what's that all about? You know what I mean?
She did call
the police.
Yeah,
but the women are not supposed to, always be a victim. It's just like the Russell Simmons scenario, right? I come to your Russell Simmons. This is according to the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I come back to your apartment. You go to the shower, come back out.
You naked.
And you naked.
Hanging to the floor.
And then...
Whoa. Wait a minute. What the...
To the floor.
Yo, you know what? We had to start all over again.
I'm just telling you,
listen, y'all. Come back next week when we really are having a show for real. But... listen, and then all of a sudden you say, "Oh, he raped me." You ain't nobody know about it for years and years and years and years and years. Rape is a rape is a rape. What if you calling it? Now you can say that this, the onus is on this woman's and her responsibility. But not only that, Bill Cosby, this wasn't like the only lady with the fade, and the linebacker shoulders was the only one that was saying these things about Bill. These are like multiple women who have said these things that happened to Bill.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Spud, is that they both should hold some sort of responsibility. That's all I'm saying. Because what it seems like to me is that everything is based on Bill's shoulders. Bill did this, Bill did that, Bill did this. But we're in this society and we're in this environment where we're not allowed to even bring up the conversation of, well, what was she doing there? Why did she even take the wine? What was all of that about? It's almost like we're never allowed to get the full entire story. And in my opinion, that's what's whack.
I think that to me, the challenge is, and I think it's different than the Russell situation, but the challenge is somebody handed me some pills. Like, if I said I had a headache and you said, oh, I have some aspirin and it was some kind of drug, that's one thing. If I'm sitting there chilling and you were like, hey, take these pills. I didn't ask for no pills. What are these for? Oh, they take the edge off. There's no edge to be taken off. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, but again, Maynard, obviously something happened before that in order for him to have a level of comfort for him to even pull the pill out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, what's happened is, now, according to the testimony, Bill Cosby had been trying to push up multiple times. He, in fact, had, he had some kissed her, or he had touched her thigh, or like one or two other occasions in the past. So he was trying to push. And she was like, nah. And this is her testimony. It was on this day, and I came over, and he said, hey, why don't you lay in bed with me, or something to that effect. And she sat on the edge of the bed, and then he was like, and she was like, nah, and she went home, or something to that effect. So
how old was Bill during this time is what I want to know. Because Bill was old in the 70s. So how old was Bill during this time?
It was in them 40s, right? Maynard? Late 30s? Late 30s?
This incident?
Yeah.
This incident is like 2004.
Oh, with the pills?
Mm-hmm.
So 2004, Bill was what?
Well,
60-ish?
Let's just say it was 20 years ago, basically. So he's
right,
84, so he was 64, 67-ish.
Young ladies, listen, ladies. I understand that there is and Lamont, help me out. And
I hear
maybe
you, Mama Speller.
Huh?
I was talking to Cynthia Speller, says she came in there, she got what she was looking for. If she was offended, she should have left.
I don't necessarily know she got what she was looking for.
She got a check. She was looking for a check. She got a check.
I don't want to say she was looking for a check.
But she got a check. She
did get a check. Did she get a check?
Big check.
That's the reason why it wasn't supposed to be no case.
Right.
He paid a settlement.
But ladies, I understand, and Lamont helped me out here. The famous line of Elijah Muhammad telling Malcolm X that television is the biggest drug that we have is so spot on that it will allow you to do things with celebrities because you believe that they are celebrities, that you will go. What in the world are you already doing with Bill Cosby in his household or whatever room he is in by yourself, allowing for Bill Cosby to say, hey, young lady, come sit on the bed and let me rub your thigh? Why are you giving Bill thigh rubbing action?
And wasn't he still married to Camille?
He's still married to Camille.
Is he still married to Camille? Why are y'all allowing for Bill to do now? And this is an allow the Bill thing.
What you say? Make it clap. Maynard. I'm sorry, Spud. Maynard.
You get a W on that one.
Let me get that.
You get the W. I wish we had a W through the screen right now. You get a W on that one. But I'm just saying, it's the same thing with T.I. and Tiny and R. Kelly. And that's just the countless other. Lamont, I'm sure you got stories of girls who are throwing themselves as celebrities. All the basketball women.
I'm glad you got to the end of that sentence. Lamont,
I'm
sure you have stories.
In the music business, I'm sure he's seen artists, you know what I'm saying, where women are trying to get with the artists. I'm sure being on the road with Joe, I'm sure you have seen crazy Christopher Will. I go on and on and on. But even the days when Michael Jordan and Michael Magic Johnson was saying the girls would be they would be pretending to be maids, hiding in the closets, just to be up close with the celebrities.
Hey man, can I tell one story? I might have told this one too. This is why
you want to change the names to protect the guilty?
No. I don't even remember her name. But this is why I always call Essence Fest in New Orleans is like the adult Freaknik. And I'm never going to forget, I was on the side of the stage, and that artist that you named was up there, and he was up there doing his little performance, and we had to rush because Bobby Duckett went to go get the car, and he's like, Lamont, just bring her right out so we can go to the airport. Fine. It was this lady, bro. She looked at me, and she scared me to death, and she looked at me, she said, oh, I'm going to get you. And I was like, I said, I got a wedding ring on. She said, I don't care nothing about that. I'm going to get you. And it was one of them New Orleans police dudes, like right there. I said, hey, my man, I need you to watch her. Because that lady, she really put the fear in me of that she was going to get me. Because some of these women, look, dog, they aggressive, bro.
And just think, you the help.
I'm
the help.
I'm the help.
And think about what they doing to the dang what's his name?
But let me ask you something, though. Lamont.
What?
Being the help in that situation, knowing that woman was trying to give you a little taste of something, if she'd have said to you in that moment, I'm going to get you, take these pills.
Or if she would just came up to you and say, you know what, hey, big fella, I see you had a long night. Why don't you go and take some of these pills and take the edge off?
You wouldn't have done that, would you?
But you'd have been like, you know what, lady, I do need to take the edge off. Let me go and take some of these pills.
Yeah. So let me ask you all this, man, and let's take out the NBC conspiracy. Is this still another level of racism towards a black male figure in this country? Because again, during this whole process, I just never heard any accountability on the woman. And again, we are not saying that Bill was right. Nope, Bill was out of pocket. But it's almost like, you know, when a woman says no, that means no. Even if she's naked, panties to her ankles and bent over, if she says no, that's no. And that's fine. You're right. But my question is, what about everything that led up to that? Can we hold some sort of accountability towards that? Or just even a conversation?
What's that TikTok where, you know what I'm saying, the girl with the big booty is like, you know, rubbing all on the man in the bed, and the man is like, oh shoot, let me try to get some, and then she's like, don't be touching on me. And you're like, well damn, you slashing the big booty right all over me. Like, what do you want me to do? You're right, but can I just even add to that? And Maynard, you can help me out with this. Let's even think about Bill Cosby and everything that has happened to him, from TV shows being taken off, being stripped of, you know, whatever awards and accolades and all that other stuff. I think I saw one meme, you know, where they were talking about how did Bill Cosby get all of these things, and he's allegedly innocent, but Charlie Sheen out here actually having sex with girls, having HIV, and he still get to, you know what I'm saying, have the TV shows and all that other stuff and get to work, and Bill can't get a job at all. You know, so in regards to, you know what I'm saying, destroying the black male, absolutely, there's still a level of racism out there. And that's really unfortunate, the way Bill's stuff gets to get stripped all away. And now he has to be able to start from the barrel to be able to fight his way back, allegedly innocent, because there's no, you know, real proof, you know what I'm saying, that it happened. So now Bill got to, you know what I'm saying, go back out here and try to reclaim his name off of an alleged situation.
Yeah, because at 84, you should not be going on tour. That should not be even in the conversation.
That's a restitution to pay. Well, you see Kwame out here on the chicken, sir.
Kwame and them
on the circuit, you got to get that restitution paid.
Bill is in them 80s, bro. Bill's in the fourth quarter, my guy. Bill can go any day.
True. I'm surprised. Low key, I never wished it. You know, listen, I've been on this show all these years. We talked about Bill Cosby. I've said here, you know, I'm a fan of Bill Cosby. That doesn't mean that I can't believe that he's done something that was improper. But, you know, all the works that he's done over his career, I think, you know, his work is important. The show, the Cosby Show, for instance, you know, my daughter, obviously being 12 years old, did not watch it in real time, but she's been introduced to it because it's great family programming, and she's been introduced to a different world. And, you know, Fat Albert was amazing, and the original Bill Cosby Show which was called the Bill Cosby Show, where he was the gym teacher at the high school and whatever. All that stuff has been great. Mission Impossible, his comedy, he's groundbreaking, legendary cat. Did he do something wrong? Allegedly. And I think that's horrible, but you can't throw away all the good because of this one thing. Like the stuff he did, how many black colleges saw a surge in their enrollment through the 80s because of A Different World?
Know where I'm going with that one, right?
Right, because you just
threw away Donald and the Donald.
Right, that's
stuff,
what I'm
all
like.
that stuff for the
What
black.
did Donald Trump do that was good?
He did all that stuff for HBCU.
He did
Right.
not. See, this is the part that keeps happening. Oh, Donald Trump, he did more for HBCUs than any other, because he
didn't
said
say
it.
more.
He
We didn't say more. We said something. You sat here and talked about the man that created a Biba Baba Booba, which I had a whole problem with that part. You know what I'm saying? With that show, I hated that character. Is that he said that he did all of these wonderful things, and yes, I think he did. Honestly, and I thought about it later on, Bill Cosby had an influence on me choosing the HBCU that I chose, right? Because of his influence on a lot of different things at that time. So you're right. I get it.
Donald
But
Trump didn't do anything for HBCUs that other presidents had already been doing. We have been giving money to
but
HBCUs
he still did
forever,
something.
so I don't know why we're saying this. Just because he said it doesn't make it true.
Same thing with Bill.
yeah,
Just
something
because
with
he said
Bill.
it doesn't mean it's true.
All right.
He could be a pill-popping HBCU supporter. He could be. Okay, can we move on to I live in a bubble, you guys. So I'm gonna throw out a bunch of stuff and you guys can tell me if I missed it or not.
It still doesn't matter. Donald gave the money. I'm sorry, go ahead. Doesn't matter whose money it was.
Yo,
The money,
I'm sorry, speaking of
every
Donald, real
president
quick.
has been given the money.
What?
Okay. You know, man, you gotta get off the cherry picking train though.
Hello.
You drive around in the little choo-choo train and goes
Yep.
around and it's going around the mall and it's like, oh, look at this cherry. I'm gonna take this one. Nah, I'm not gonna take that one.
Yep.
I'm gonna take this one.
Okay.
Anyways. So James Craig went from Democrat to Republican. Did I miss that? And he was a Donald Trump supporter? Wait a minute. How did I miss that?
So can you give some context for people who may not be?
For those people who do not live in the Detroit area, James Craig was our police chief, for the last, almost 20 years? 15, 20 years?
AKA deputy mayor too, correct?
Yes. And so he has retired and he is, supposed to be moving into the political space in a run for governor, which is a really big leap from Detroit, police chief, but whatever. So anyway, so now he's basically saying, he's not saying, but he went from being a Democrat to being a Republican and supporting Donald Trump. The reason why I don't know that, but he is now entering into the GOP, for the next gubernatorial race. And it's kind of a shock because the city of Detroit, we haven't had a Republican police chief in what?
A very long.
And you don't really know. I can't really, don't quote me on that one, but it just, for a city that is that
historically Democratic,
populated with leaning Democrat, you would have not thought. And I'm very curious to know why he switched from being a Democrat into being a Republican.
Who said he switched though?
And you know what, Maynard? Thank you. I almost disagree with everything you say, Maynard. That's what was in his blood all along.
Who said he? Let's be, so to be police chief, you don't have to declare I'm a Democrat, or you get hired. You're not elected. He didn't have an electoral past.
No, well, in this conference and in the news commentary, and again, don't quote me on this, they said that he went from being a Democrat into being a Republican and supporting Donald Trump in this last election. That's where that commentary came from.
I'm not,
So wait, Maynard.
GOP.
Maynard, because he was, and this is the part that I did, which is a little tricky, because he was the chief of police, the way the city charter goes, you're automatically the deputy mayor of the city. So with him automatically being the deputy mayor, wouldn't he have to declare a party? No?
No, you didn't have to run. First of all, you don't have to declare a party at all, ever.
Okay, I got you.
Right?
Okay.
But he didn't run for any elected position. So he didn't stake out a scenario where he was like, I support this, and this, or, abortion is bad or good or anything like that. He just, he got a job that he was hired for. And then that job, allows for him to be, or requires him to be the deputy mayor. Now, he's been a Republican since 2011. So this ain't really no new biz.
Well, going from a Democrat to a Republican.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, before that, yeah.
Hold on. What I'm saying is 10 years ago, he had already converted to being a Republican.
Right.
Which is fine. You still went from Democrat to Republican.
Did he? That's the question. And what I'm
you
saying,
should have converted, so yes.
Listen to what I'm asking. Let's just take law enforcement in general. Let's take a guy who believes that we should enforce laws. We should probably have a heavy hand in enforcing laws. We should enforce laws where we think black people are. We should maybe let the white motorist who's got a little weed in the car, like, hey, let you off with a warning. And no matter what color that person is, what would you think they probably are as far as their political affiliation?
Well, if we look at Hillary and Bill and what they accomplished, it could be Democrats.
Okay, fine. Go back and look at where Hillary was 68, 69, 70, 71, working for Nixon. Republican.
I got you.
I think they once referred to her as a McGovern girl, right?
True, that's true.
Who was, he was a Democrat, but, that was a different, that Democratic Party was just starting to, the switch was occurring, right? Lyndon Baines, LBJ basically is the president right ahead of Nixon, and that switch is occurring. So it was kind of a Dixiecrat back then. That's the time she grew up. So all I'm asking is, where was he? And also, are you picking your party for the easiest path forward? Somebody is running as Democrat already, and they got all the praise. Somebody comes up and says, "Hey, black people win in Michigan often. This is a thing. What if we, the Republican Party, go and recruit you, the black guy, who has the police chief stripes, the deputy mayor stripes, all of that, and we ask you to do us a favor?" Happens a lot.
I agree with that. One, he hasn't declared that he's running or not. But he has been a part of GOP conversation. Which, my whole point, I don't care what he's done. That part doesn't matter to me. I'm just curious to know of which you led right into what I wanted to ask, which is, can he win as a black Republican?
In Michigan, no.
I think
not in Michigan, no.
I think Michigan
I was listening to a commentary today on the BIN network, and they were talking about on how the Democratic Party is just kaput, right? and this was a Republican speaking. I forgot the boy's name. And he was just saying that blacks, the same commentary that Candace Owen gives, that blacks need to look at a different source of parties, of political choice. Mm-hmm. And that it's okay for a black person to be a Republican and to support the Republican Party and the GOP. Mm-hmm. And all we need is just a little bit more, which that's what triggered my conversation of, well, is there going to be enough suburban blacks?
So this is what I would think.
Support James Craig?
This is what I would think. That
or a black candidate for that matter for governor?
We have to ask ourselves this. Particularly, let's just take Michigan. Or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Georgia, or Arizona. There's one party that's telling people in urban metropolitan districts where large numbers of black people exist that your votes don't count. There's one party that has been enforcing new laws that are a disruption to black people voting. And let me just say, let's say, while I'm a Democrat and I'm proud to be, let's just say the Democratic Party isn't doing it. Fine. But is the Republican Party earning the black vote? Are they even, not that the Democrats just should have it, but does the Republican Party even make an attempt to get the black vote?
Can we chop this up, because I want, because you're saying good stuff, but I just want to just kind of break that down. If somebody in the GOP conversation approached you, being a lifelong Democrat, what would you need to see to say, I mean, think about that.
So listen, if somebody comes to me with a platform that that is reliable, like I can believe them, that they want to improve the schools and they want to get a crime reform bill together and they want to strengthen lending in black communities or communities of minorities in general, that they want to stay out of people's bedrooms, not be concerned about if this person is gay, or if these people want to have at some point, for whatever reason, provided that it's not too late or whatever, an abortion or whatever the case may be, and women have the right to choose, then I would probably look at that person and say, okay, I'm hearing you, and I could probably lend you my support if you are truthful with what you're saying. If at the same time you say you don't believe in taxes against, raising taxes on the rich, or you think that Amazon should take a 0% tax rate in your city, state, or the country, I can't get behind that. So it's going to take that you share with me your pieces. What is it that's important? Okay, I can listen to you. And if I agree with it, I agree with it. If I don't, I don't.
Okay. Can I ask a quick question, though?
Yeah.
Is African American history a requirement in the school system where you live, Maynard or Spud?
No. Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, cool.
When I grew up, it wasn't even an elective.
Okay. And the reason why I asked was because when Maynard said about, earning your vote, when I read that in the state of Illinois about how Asian history is now a requirement and it has to be taught in all schools in Illinois, I said, wow.
Well,
didn't they get a bill signed not too long ago?
Okay.
What do you want, Lamont?
I don't want nothing.
So let me ask you. So
I don't want nothing.
let me ask you this.
I was just gonna hit you. I just hit you with that before Maynard did.
What
I
the
don't
question
know.
What
is?
do the blacks want?
That's not the question. Is this? So you're saying in the state of Illinois that they've made that decision? Did they do that in 49 other states, or what are we aware of at this point?
I'm again, and not from a federal perspective. I just said in the state of Illinois.
So the bill, which was what? That's a federal bill.
Again.
Yeah, but you mentioned you tied the two in.
Listen, Mr.
Hold on,
Civic.
you tried to tie the two in, and now you don't want to tie them in. I'm just using facts.
Here's what I'm saying. What I learned about the alphabet people is that you can't just do. You just can't. You got to be able to walk and chew bubble gum
Now we got
and
a
pat your
third
head and
thing.
rub
We
your
talking
stomach at the
about
same
alphabet people
time.
now?
Yes.
You just
yes.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yes.
Listen, this is what I would say.
Yes, because you have to do things at a federal, local. No, let's go local, state, and federal level. You have to have laws and be able to attack and do that. You just can't be worried about if Kamala's going to be at the TCF Center at 3:30 and be back on the plane at 6:30 and be like, "Ooh, Kamala came through." You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of other things that you need to be able to do at the same time.
Let me just say this: conflating.
And I was just making a point, so you can take it how you want to.
Okay, great. You were making a point that
Yes.
somehow, for some reason, Illinois has decided to put an Asian component in their education system, Asian history component in their education system across their state. And then you tried to conflate the idea that the bill.
I stated a fact. I didn't capitulate. I didn't complain. I didn't do none of that.
You took these two different facts and you tried to make them sound like one.
No, I
Didn't
did
they
not.
get a bill here signed recently?
I asked, didn't they? I said,
Right.
didn't the Asian community get
these
that?
These two things have nothing to do with each other.
What is your point, Maynard?
My point is, I can't sit here and just allow. Listen,
Here we go back to the cherry picking, right?
it's
Because-
not cherry picking.
You are cherry picking.
It's not cherry picking.
He
You
said,
are
one
cherry
does
picking.
not have anything to do with the other.
Because listen, here's what I think, and I could be wrong, but I believe I'm right. Here's what it sounds like you're saying. It sounds to me as if you are saying because the Asian got a bill passed, and that was on the bill, or the Joe Biden time watch, that you're defending that.
I'm not defending
That's
anything.
kind
I'm
of
not
what you're saying,
defending
because I
anything.
don't know why you would even be defending it. Like, what is it even
I'm not
matter?
defending anything. I'm saying, listen, James Harden has a beard, and he was hanging out with one of the rappers the other day. The Nets didn't make it to the championship. Those two things can exist, but not have anything to do with each other. They could, in fact, have they could have proximity, but one didn't necessarily mean that the other had to exist. And the question becomes, are there 49 other states that have chosen this? If the answer to that is no, then it's more coincidental than corollary.
But you can see how Asian bill gets passed. Now all of a sudden it's required for it, the history to be taught in Illinois, and then all of a sudden it's required for it to be in Atlanta or into another state and another. You see how that can kind of trickle down that way, right?
So I want to know. I do have an issue here. Let me back up because I was reading something. I'm sorry. Let me back up and say how it.
Thanks for being a part of the show.
How it
I
happens.
appreciate that.
I'm just kidding.
Let me say
He was trying to pull a fact real quick, but it's okay.
how it typically happens. Yes, Illinois did this. Okay, that's fine.
But we knew that already. That's not new.
Right. Illinois. Well, right. What I'm saying is, how do we get education curriculums that exist? The funny thing is, mainly the state of California and the state of Texas basically set the tone, and in New York set the tone for everything, right? We got these curriculums exist and they basically get sold to other states. So do we expect that it's going to sweep across the country and every school system is going to take it? No, I don't expect that. Yes, sir. The floor recognizes Mr. Hayes.
Didn't certain states deem it illegal to teach critical race theory?
True.
So that has nothing to do, just because those, was it Georgia, Florida, and Texas? Maybe it might have been one or two more, right?
I'm not sure.
So,
I know Texas certainly did.
Okay. So isn't that like a thing of, well, we're setting the tone. We can't teach about the blacks. That's not setting a tone, Maynard?
Let me ask this question.
You shouldn't have been up in arms about that?
Listen, I'm saying to you is we're discussing Illinois, and let's talk about critical race theory. Did Illinois say that critical race theory was banned?
No, they said that the Asian history curriculum is mandatory.
Did Illinois adopt critical race theory?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But
let me just ask.
Whether it's adopted or not, it's not mandatory.
Let me just ask this, and then we move.
I'm sorry.
I'm just going to ask this, and then I'll move on.
Yeah.
Should Illinois adopt that though?
Should they adopt what now? Say it again.
Should they adopt the race? I forgot what it's
race
called.
Theory.
Critical race theory.
I think they should.
Yeah, but I also think even the Asian historical should be mandatory as well. And I'll be honest with you, y'all remember the dude from Star Trek, the Asian guy? I forgot his name.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Why should it be required? And again,
because it's a part of history.
Wait. I'm just educate me here, and let me just make my disclaimer. I'm ignorant to this, so I'm just asking. Why is Asian required? What's the requirement here?
That Asian history be taught in the Illinois school system.
What's the Asian history in America?
I guess from there, it's getting murky for me. But
we have a long history with it. We have a long history in America, or Americans have a long history with Asians. Let's back up and understand one thing. There's a state in the Union called Hawaii. Those people were not American. They are Asian. We have a territory called Guam and a territory called Samoa, both Asian. We also have a huge military base in the Philippines, naval base, and those are Asian people as well. For instance, here, two cities in the country, San Diego and Virginia Beach, or Hampton Roads, have immense populations of Filipinos.
Okay, I got your point. Let me ask you this question, man. You get a job in Chicago. Your daughter has to go to a Chicago public school. You mean to tell me that history is more important than her own history?
Well, are we Americans? And if we're talking about that we're Americans, then that's American history. Now, Illinois has adopted and been weaving in critical race theory into their curriculum as well.
How much time we got?
It's up to Lamont. We got 7 minutes, 6 minutes.
I mean,
can we get to the ShaCarri character, whatever her name is, girl?
ShaCarri Richardson.
Okay.
What
happened? I missed it. So the girl won.
So
she smoked some weed. They told her, you can't smoke no weed. Give us our stuff back. Or you can't go to the Olympics. What happened? I missed that.
Basically. So she won. She was the fastest woman on the planet right now. Her times are better than anyone else's, representing the American team. She's living in Oregon, pretty much at the Nike campus. And she had discovered, so goes her story here, her telling of it. She had discovered that from a reporter, in fact, that her biological mother had died. And she said that she, in dealing with that, had chosen to take marijuana.
Did somebody say, hey, just take some of these?
Take the edge off, right?
right?
Take the edge off.
It's
Yeah.
Oregon. She was living at the time. She's living.
It's
in
legal
Oregon,
in Oregon, right? Yeah.
where it is legal, and she tested positive. And once that was discovered after the race that she had tested positive, they had to ban her from participating in the Olympics in Tokyo 2021.
Wait. And that's 99.7% correct. Her suspension was only 30 days.
Correct.
Okay. Within that 30 days, on the 31st day, or I think a few days after, she still had the opportunity to run in several other races. And the bullshit came in is when they didn't put her name on the list for the races that she still could have ran, which I think were still 2 more after the suspension was over. And to me, that's where the bullshit came in. You see what I'm saying?
Suspension would be over.
Yes.
Right.
So during suspension, okay, cool, we got that. But there was still a window after suspension was over because suspension is only supposed to be for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of people were up in arms about that piece, I think, the committee, could have done a little bit better. But here's the part that I don't understand. And Maynard, you probably are big on this because I have seen over the years so many corrupt things on major levels about the Olympic Committee, things that they have done that have just been so out of this world, incorrect. Even with them having the games now in a place where they're having a state of emergency is semi-ludicrous to me. You feel what I'm saying? But the IOC is about that bread. They're about, a lot of corruption over the years. And I just don't put a whole lot of stock in it, man. Period.
Fair or unfair about the suspension, man?
It's fair. It's fair. The crazy part is someone who had pictures taken of him smoking weed, and Michael Phelps, who had tested positive for weed, he had received his suspensions. Fortunately for Michael Phelps at those times, they were 6 months outside of Olympic competition. So he was suspended and received multiple suspensions. And they employed the same suspension. Now, it'd be different if he or Ryan Lochte or Lance Armstrong or whatever, they had done this and not been suspended. Now, I would say this at the same time, that Lance Armstrong had been doing dirt, but had been masking so much that he avoided it. So they went back later and they stripped him of several of those Olympic records or several of his medals. And as long as you kind of play it like that, keep calling strikes, keep calling balls and strikes the same way, I'm cool with that.
Man, speaking of balls, didn't Lance Armstrong lose the scrotum?
Oh, God. So the thing about ShaCarri Richardson
is that a yes or no? Didn't he?
I thought that happened before he even got into it. I think.
Okay. No, and the reason why I remember there was a big story about the kind of seat that he had to have, and I was like, and then somebody was like, well, Lamani, he lost a scrotum. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had testicular cancer, I believe. But the one thing that disappoints me about the ShaCarri story is, she just didn't start running fast today. She's been working towards this goal probably since she was 9, 10, 11, 12 years of age. She was, a woman her age. She's early 20s. Yeah, she's 21. She's been in the AAU system, I'm sure, 7, 8 years ago, high school track. She's a Nike athlete. It was as she said, I credit her for taking, being accountable to it, saying, look, I did this. She went on NBC. She said she did it. She didn't make a whole bunch of excuses. And so I give her that much. But we have to
tell me your problem with it again.
My problem with it?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, okay.
But my problem with her is she's wasted, the Olympics only comes up once every 4 years. So she's dropped the ball on her own opportunity. And I feel sorry for her. I'm really disappointed because she's going to be amazing. Do I believe that U.S. women's track will take all of the sprint events? Yes, with or without her. But I'm really sorry for her.
Why is that, Maynard? Why do we run so fast?
That's what the blacks do. That's what the blacks do.
I just want to know, why do we run so fast? And I do have a question though, Maynard. This has nothing to do with this, because I know Spud's gonna cut me off. So
no, I actually have one more thing in it. We can.
Okay, and I hope this is touched on this because I'm gonna try to steal this. So Maynard, you have a beautiful daughter, right? And I don't have a son, but let's say I had an imaginary son.
Hopefully
How would you feel if?
Huh? You had a real son.
Yeah, if you say I had a real son, right? Same age as your beautiful daughter, and they started to date. How would you feel about that?
Well, today my daughter's not even 12 yet, so I would have a problem with that.
She's 18.
Hey man, she's at some point children will become teenagers and young adults, and they will date. It is what it is.
Okay, just wondering. All right, go ahead, Spud. I'm sorry. So
Lamont, this just tickles me to death because I heard somebody refer to him as the black, the black Jesus or the black savior, our beloved Barack Obama. So is Barack Obama really listening to straightening?
You talking about from the playlist?
I mean, is he really listening to straightening? Is straightening really on the playlist, or did he say, let me get some cool points? And now J. Cole, okay, I probably could see that for the J. Cole. Her and Lil Baby, I could see that.
But
I might even see Drake and Lil Baby. Straightening.
And for those who don't know, Straightening is the brand new single from Migos.
Wow, you gonna check off that? You kind of said that pretty.
Hold on, let me set this up right.
Eloquently, you said just to let you know, guys. Straightening is the new single from the Migos off the brand new album.
Yeah, but the brand new album. If you're on Spotify, just go ahead and stream that. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that, but I mean, it's just a power promo, man. And here's what I'm gonna say, and I want to be careful because I know Maynard's gonna be mad, but
I ain't gonna be mad.
It's a lot I'm learning about Barack, man, after the fact, man. Barack is Barack. And without Michelle, Barack, I don't know, man. That's all I'm going to say.
You leaning towards more of his white side than his black side?
I don't even know if it's about that, man. But again, just understanding, and especially talking to some of them real OGs in Chicago of the curtain being pulled back of, what Barack is about and how he's moving, and Barack is Barack.
So. Saying that he needs adult supervision.
No, I think Barack, if you really dig into his real history, no.
He'll be out here with the Bill Cosby pills, dude.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I was asking Maynard because he was saying he needed adult supervision.
I'm trying to get to what Lamont said. I'm trying to.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, now wait a minute, we already got kicked off for one Barack.
Oh, yeah, we did get you out the radio for that, right?
Make sure we say that right.
That was a whole controversy to itself.
I mean, he's not the president.
We were a victim of cancel culture.
I just think after understanding a little bit more about Barack, he might not be what everybody thinks he is.
He's the black savior.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He ain't the Hershey Jesus.
Man. That nigga, nah, man. No. And again, I get it.
We ended on that one. Oh, remember when Russ Parr said that wasn't going to take you to break? That one took us to break right there.
Hershey Jesus.
God. That was a good one. Oh, man. Wow. Well, he's done now. So we got what we wanted.
Yeah.
And there's that. We got us a black president. He served 8 terms. Can't be mad at that.
No, he served 2 terms, 8 years.
2 terms, sorry. Thank you.
Because Donald Trump would be like, he would hear this shit and be like, I can get 8 terms.
I'm running again. It's on the pop.
I can get 8 terms?
Right. It's over. I was going to say, we need Donald back in these streets, dog.
I was so happy to see Donald. I was so happy because the first thing that came out of his mouth was a lie. I said, here we go. I mean, he was just lying his ass off. He lied. He thought he gonna be back in August. He gonna be the president. I said, thank you. I said, we miss you, Don.
You just need. And what's funny about the news is that they're just waiting for Donald.
Yes.
It's like I was watching CNN the other day, and as soon as it was more Donald, it was like, oh, the meat is here.
Yes.
We're pouncing. It's like, let's move on.
Oh, we need.
But I understand. We get it.
We need
You
him.
know, we can't move on. You know, we got to talk about Kamala Harris and her daughter and Fashion Week, and those are news stories.
Listen,
Which are good news stories.
No, Batman is nothing without the joke.
The president of the United States got into a vehicle and drove around the block while he had COVID-19.
Breathing on people. Took his mask off, was breathing on people.
God. You just got
Stood up
hit
there.
sometimes.
Out of breath like a bug. He's about to pass out and die then.
That's all right.
Oh my gosh. Man, okay. Anything else ignorant going on in the world before we go?
So that was it. I mean, I just asked Mary that question because I was reading that Eddie Murphy's son was dating Martin Lawrence's daughter. And I'm like, how is Christmas?
Come up.
Yeah, how is that gonna work? Like, how does Christmas dinner work? But
So hold on. You said Eddie Murphy's son.
I think it was Martin Lawrence's daughter, yeah, and Eddie Murphy's son, I think. Or the other way around.
And so in this
I
scenario,
don't think
you
Martin
Eddie
Lawrence
Murphy.
has sons. I
You,
think he
so
also
you Eddie
has daughters.
Murphy.
Yeah, so Martin Lawrence has a daughter, and I think
And
Eddie
I'm Martin
has a son.
Lawrence.
Yeah, I'll be Eddie Murphy.
Hey,
I had Nicole.
Well, no, Eddie got long money.
Yeah,
Eddie got-
Eddie money's different than Martin.
Right. So I might be pushing her like, hey, get involved with that.
Right.
I was just
We're
wondering
going to the Royal Palace this weekend.
I mean, he is currently the king of Zamunda.
Hey, I'm sorry. Before we go, I'm sorry, y'all. I know we over, but I just want to make sure because we're supposed to. So I missed. What's the ESPN uproar, Lamont? What happened with ESPN?
Maynard got to pull this up. So you have these two women, and I forgot the names.
The girl, the white lady
let-
with the
all right.
diversity. The
Let me
white
give you
lady
the-
said it is.
Let me give you
She
the quick
can't get a
one,
job because of the blacks or something.
Let me give you.
Yeah,
the quick
but
one.
wait, hold up, man. Before you get into it, I don't even think that's what it was about. I think she was just pissing on her territory, and it had nothing to do with black or white. But go ahead, Maynard.
So Maria Taylor was given the playoffs.
Now that was a black one or the white one?
Maria Taylor's black, beautiful
Okay.
young lady, and she's younger than Rachel Nichols. Rachel Nichols has been at ESPN 20-some years, right? Maria Taylor's been at ESPN 10, something like that. Rachel Nichols is a white woman. She comes on The Jump on ESPN every day, every morning. She's on a lot of other things. In the past, she's had the NBA playoffs. They gave the playoffs to Maria Taylor. Rachel Nichols, and this is the portion I'm not 100% sure how this happened, but Rachel Nichols gets on the phone with Adam Mendelson, who's LeBron's advisor, business partner type dude, and someone else. And she's in a hotel room, Rachel Nichols is, and she's on the phone with him, and she's complaining that the reason why they gave Maria Taylor her spot was that because ESPN is having problems with black women in particular. You may remember 2-3 years ago, ESPN let go of Jemele Hill, and then just last year they let Carrie Champion go, which was in my opinion, a huge mistake. Not only is Carrie Champion drop dead gorgeous, but she's funny and she really does well, I think, particularly with basketball. Whatever.
Now, this conversation also was taped illegally, correct?
The conversations, this is where I was saying, I don't know how this portion happened. The conversation was recorded on ESPN servers. I don't know, does she have a phone that's issued by ESPN and all your calls? I don't know how that part happened. Anyhow, the true victim here is a young lady named Kayla who works in the digital portion of ESPN who found this conversation on the hard drive and sent it to Maria Taylor.
She's the victim, though?
Yeah,
she's the victim because she got fired. And this is why I say she's the victim. Like, so
It just gets stitches.
if if you heard of a conversation, Lamont, that I was having about Spud, and you had a copy of it, would you be like, yo, Spud is my man, I need to let him know? You wouldn't look out?
Not in that game. Not over there with the mouse. Nah.
Okay.
Not even with the mouse. I just think that there's some things, you know, I think Lamont says it sometimes. Sometimes you got to stay out of white folks' business.
That's it. That ain't your business.
So what Maria Taylor's position has become, as the black woman who's doing this, what I think she's basically, her stance is I don't want to work with Rachel Nichols anymore. Some people have said, so Rachel Nichols said, I don't have any problem with Maria Taylor. I think she's terribly talented. I think she's very good, and she deserves it. I just didn't feel like I should have been shitted on for Maria Taylor.
Right. This is the ESPN issue.
Right. Here's the thing, though. Her statements, Rachel Nichols' statements, what's up, Suge? Her statements sound like the only reason why the black girl got the job is because of an affirmative action hire. I'm more qualified. I should have had it, but because they want to make black people happy, they gave it to the black girl. And that is to say that Maria Taylor doesn't deserve a shot or doesn't do a phenomenal job, which I would say Maria Taylor is, in fact, although she majored in journalism, as did Rachel Nichols, Maria Taylor's more qualified. She was a Division I college athlete in basketball and volleyball. She has more credibility, and Rachel Nichols doesn't have those pieces. That's not everything, but you know, I really want to hear from people who've played the sport. So I don't know.
I mean, I don't necessarily have to hear from people who play the sport. If you know the sport, you know, then I think that, I mean, Stephen A. Smith never played football, but the man knows football, you know.
But Stephen A. Smith made his chops as covering basketball. He was the sports reporter that covered the Knicks and then later Allen Iverson.
Yeah, no doubt. Basketball. I mean, he's definitely earned his stripes, but
and he did play college basketball.
True, but he didn't play college football. I don't know his football history, but Max Kellerman, you know, or either Skip Bayless, you know what I'm saying, don't necessarily have a background in a particular sport, you know what I'm saying, and they can get to it. But your point is valid. I mean, you know what I'm saying, what you're saying. But let's just say she's right. I'm probably thinking she's right? Which is really unfortunate because it should not be, because what that statement basically says is that the playing field isn't level for Maria Taylor. But I'm sure there's a level of truth to what she's saying from an ESPN perspective, talking about, because they got a problem with the black women.
Well, let's just be honest and boil it down to one thing. We understand that TV is particularly about women, about how fine you are, right? I mean, the more attractive you are, the more jobs you get. And I'm not here to say Rachel Nichols is ugly, but she's not on Maria Taylor's level.
I'm with you, Spud. Let's see.
Rachel Nichols. Let's see.
She's...
Did she look like the lady that Bill Cosby gave the pills to?
No. Rachel Nichols is an attractive woman. But
what's that lady's name, Maynard? I'm sorry.
Maria Taylor is fine, and Rachel Nichols is attractive.
Are you saying that because Maria Taylor is black and you don't like white women?
Oh, this is what's her name's woman.
I'm saying look at it and you make a decision. Which one do you think would do better in a beauty contest?
Did you say booty or beauty?
Beauty.
Oh. They're about the same.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Both of them are like.
Wait,
your man was with Jimmy Butler was with the girl?
That's why I'm sitting there looking like, was Jalen tapping on this or something before she got married?
No, Jalen is married to Molly.
Yeah. He's married to the First Take girl.
Yeah, Molly Rose.
Is she still on First Take?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, let's
I'm
be
sorry,
clear.
y'all. I know y'all like. I did not tune into these Negroes to be looking at
No,
pictures
well,
of females.
let's be clear though. Both of these women are like a strong 4.
I mean, I don't know about a 4, but they're a good
About
strong.
a 4, 4.5.
Yeah,
They about
the
running
Maria
neck and
girl
neck.
is about a good 7.
No,
And Rachel Nichols is probably about a 6.5-ish.
-2.
Maybe on a good day.
Nah.
I mean, she isn't somebody who I would. I mean, if I was going to a Jewish bar mitzvah, I might, you know what I'm saying, slide her my number. But if I saw her in Cutters on a Thursday night,
If
I
you
probably
saw
would be
Rachel
like,
Nichols in Cutters on a Friday night, you
Maybe
should holler at her because she's going to probably a white woman is going to go to Cutters on Friday night that looks like her is probably like, I'm here for it tonight. I'm just saying.
Here for
That
what?
was-
man?
that
What
was
do you mean here for it? Here for
that
what?
was
The whole
stereotypical,
thing.
and that was not nice.
That was
That you
sexist.
said that about a white woman and how white women behave in a certain
Cutters.
establishment
At
after a particular time with a couple of drinks in them.
Thanks for making my point.
All right, y'all, we out. Thank you guys so very much for watching and sticking with us as we went over time. Let me just make sure I did not forget anything. I'm glad I was able to get that out. One time for Wale, man. Hopefully Wale will get better. We didn't get Biz Markie. Yo. Prayers up for Biz Markie as well.
On your
You know,
health,
I
black
think
man.
that this kind of makes it full circle from what we talked about in the beginning about checking on your people and your health and all of that stuff. You know, I think that, and I think, Mandy, you talked about this in the show notes about, health and really, you know what I'm saying, taking care of yourself. Like, I look at it like this. I'm 46. I actually went to the doctor today, and my doctor was like, you know what, I'm expecting more out of you, that was her quote. But I look at like, yo, man, like we in our third quarter. So being in the third quarter, I look at like I'm diabetic, right? And so I look at like Biz Markie, I look at like Dr. Dre, lost his eyes. Biz Markie fighting for his
I
life.
think he's lost a foot.
He's blind too.
True.
I mean, one time for KJ Holiday,
Wow.
I mean, the other boy, Mr. Chase, I mean, Doug Banks. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. And that's just, just on the diabetic side, right? And just people in general in regards to, taking care of your health. But, you look at it, and the reason why my doctor was like, I'm expecting more is you get into your 50s, and you look at where Biz Markie is and Dr. Dre is turning 55, getting to 57, and, getting into these, all of these, in this particular age bracket, yo, man, like, it's important, DMX, and, your body cannot handle like you was 20.
No.
Just can't go, that way.
And it's like, some of the things we don't have as much control over, but there are parts that we have total control over. And, I'm sitting here.
I don't have control over the amount of alcohol I drink, and I told my doctor.
That's true. That's true. I downed a whole box of Boston baked beans.
Right. Right. She's like,
the family
I expect
pack.
better out of you. And then I saw the fruit stand lady. I was like, let me get a whole bag of cherries. Let me just get the bag. Can't do that, man. Can't do that. But anyways. All right. Did I miss anything else? We got it all out, Lamont?
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Straightening by Migos. Make sure you go stream that.
Up. Yeah. You gotta vax that thing
up.
No. You gotta vax that thing up.
I am unhappy with vax that thing up. I'm unhappy with.
Girl, you're looking good. You better vax that thing up.
But please go out and get the vaccine. It's Delta variant is out here trying to do a whole ass number on us. We can't. We've made a lot of great progress. We gotta.
What, are we masking up again?
We may wind up being in that scenario. We could be going back.
All right. Well, in the meantime, vax that thing up.
Thanks, Suge. Appreciate your love, my dude. Yo, my fellas, my men's and thems. Peace to y'all.
Peace out, homies.
Hey man, don't kiss at me, man. We're not that cool.
Shut up. B-Love, you know you owe us something too, dude.
What does he owe us?
That interview he said he was going to set up 85 different times.
Okay, can you hit the end button? I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. That's
right.
see, that's 50 years old. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.